Now, what is it about these people who cannot accept the democratic so-called once-in-a-lifetime vote? And no, I'm not talking about Nicola Sturgeon and her gang, although this does apply to them. I'm talking about Brexit. Remember, the thing that we democratically voted for, the thing that those who lost the vote continue to go on and on and on about how stupid and racist the people were for voting for it, and patronisingly saying that they didn't know what they were voting for, and now see how things have turned out. I mean, it's no wonder they're often called Ramonas. It is an unhelpful and totally divisive term, but if the shoe fits, they parade the odd person who voted to leave who has changed their mind, as if that person is representative of the feelings of all of those who voted it. And they simply will not let go of the fact that they have lost this one. And now it's time to acknowledge this, instead of being a hindrance on progress, and to give this route a decent chance and unite behind it. It's a bit like watching The Apprentice, when one of the contestants has a silly idea. The majority overrule it, but that person refuses to toe the line, and in the end, they get fired. So you'll be interested to hear that in a move that is neither liberal nor democratic, the Liberal Democrats have resurfaced, and apparently, in their party's spring conference, which is due this Saturday, they will be calling for the UK's economic integration back into the EU. So basically, for the UK to rejoin the single market. Well, that's neither liberal or democratic. What a contradiction in terms. No mention of a referendum. Their plan, apparently supported by its leadership with Ed Davey at the helm, would give the UK businesses full access to the European Economic Area, reintroduce freedom of movement, and by doing this, they had resolved the Northern Ireland Protocol. And from what I understand of this, they will then attempt to get this through by forming a coalition with the Labour Party. God, talk about making the Labour Party even more unelectable. Not content with sinking their own ship, the Lib Dems are trying to get on board the Labour boat and capsize that one as well. Although Keir Starmer's doing a pretty good job of it himself, to be honest. Thankfully, though, even the Labour Party have backtracked on their leader's initial pledge during his leadership election to back the single market and to reintroduce freedom of movement. The Liberal Democrats cite the war in Ukraine as part of their reasoning. I mean, honestly, how low can you go? We're members of the Commonwealth, NATO and the UN, and unlike Ukraine, we have nuclear weapons. If that doesn't protect us, then nothing will. Of course, leaving the EU would cause a level of disruption, but it needs time, and I believe in the end it will turn out to be a wise move. But it could be argued that leaving the anti-democratic bloc has allowed us to set ourselves apart. I mean, we've had the fastest vaccine rollout in the continent. We were the first to send lethal aid to Ukraine. And, well, we've got one of the fastest growing economies of the G7. Hey, folks, the Liberal Democrats are back, and they appear to be neither liberal nor democratic.